Today I'm bringing you the market update for February 2022. In January, I had given an update and I had promised every month I will give an update so we can better understand the market trends, so it will help us make informed decisions about our real estate needs. We'll look at some key factors and see how they play with the forces of demand and supply in shaping the market situation. National inventory of active listings. In the 50 largest metro areas in the United States, inventory dropped by 24.5%. That's compared to February of 2021. The difference in inventory between February 2022 and January is actually 11%. So there was a decline in inventory from January to February of 11%. So you can see we are still facing a seller's market, lack of inventory, more people looking for houses than there are existing houses. In January of 2022, we had about 1 million active listings, homes for sale. In February 2022, we had about 730,000 homes, active listings for sale. So this accounts for the 11% drop in inventory. Let's look at home appreciation. January and February. For the past 2 years, homes have appreciated by 32%. January, February 2022, there is a difference of 20.3% of home appreciation. They are continuing to appreciate. The last 2 years, it's been 32%, and January and February, the difference is 20.3%. Another key factor, let's look at the days in the market. How many days it takes for an average home to stay in the market before it sells. In February of 2022, homes took about 11 days in the market before selling. 11 days. This is faster by about 6 days if we compare January of 2022 and February of 2022. So homes are selling faster. Let's look at sales. Sales dropped by 11% between January and February of 2022. So February of 2022, sales dropped by 11%. Let's look at inflation, one of the key factors driving prices. Inflation in February was at 7.9%. This is the highest in 40 years since 1982. Let's look at interest rates. Since January of 2022, interest rates have gone up at least 6 times. So we have seen a shift from December 2021 from 3.11%, and we are now at about 4.57% on a 30 years fixed mortgage. Here's a funny trend. While interest rates are going up, the main determining factor of how the market works right now is the shortage in inventory. Most people were thinking as the interest rates were going up, it will affect the market in a very negative way. But no, because of lack of inventory, despite interest rates going up, we are still faced with a situation of housing shortages. Still having many people trying to buy. I remember calling some of my favorite builders this week, and they told me out blank, we have no homes and we have no idea when we'll be having homes. 2 weeks ago, we put an offer on a house. House was listed for $499. We made an offer for $510. We lost the offer. And I called the agent. I said, if you could be so nice to me, whoever got it, how much did they offer? They offered $568. So it's about $69,000 more than the asking price. I've been advising my clients since 2021. If you don't have a gun on your head, the best thing to do, build. Because once you're building, your price is locked in today. No matter how the prices go up, you're still within that safe zone, irrespective of the rising interest rates. Because interest rates are rising, but then the cost of building material, especially lumber, is going up. So we still find ourselves in a seller's market. Let's look at the interest rates and see how that has affected the market. The Federal Reserve has shifted its focus from economic recovery to actually getting inflation under control. March 22nd, Federal Reserve Chairman Jerome Powell, he said the Federal Reserve is taking every aggressive measure to tame inflation. Interest rates increased by 0.25 percent points for the first time in 3 years. And they said we will see more interest hikes this year. That explains why an average 30-year fixed mortgage since December has moved from 3.11% to about 4.56%. But the question here is, despite the rising interest rates, what effect does it have on the housing market? Back in January, Zillow had predicted a sales of 7% increase as compared to 2021. So they predicted this 2022 about 6.57 million homes will be sold compared to 6.125 million homes sold in 2021. In February, Zillow again carried out a survey which says by 2023, we will go back to the pre-pandemic era of 2019. So if you've been wondering, a lot of people have been asking if the market will ever stabilize, if the market will ever bounce back, if we will ever go back to the pre-pandemic situation. Zillow is saying that by 2023, we can find ourselves back in the pre-pandemic situation. The question is, what will be that situation? Will it be a situation where the housing prices will stabilize, or will it be a situation where the housing prices will go back to pre-pandemic prices? Which I very much doubt that. I think the market has come to stay. Whenever this market will stabilize, prices will stop to go up, but then the existing prices will stay. The market has come to stay. That's my prediction. What is the main factor driving home shortages? It's the price of lumber. If you look back in 2019, the price of lumber was at about $279 per 1,000 board feet. That was in 2019. If you look February 2022, the price of lumber was at $1,272 per 1,000 board feet. This explains why we are still having a shortage in inventory. Builders cannot quote you a price because they are afraid by the time they quote you a price and they start building that house, they may run at a deficit because they'll have to pay more for lumber. That's why most builders now will tell you we cannot price a house until we get to about the 10th stage. There are about 12 steps in construction. Once the builder gets to the 10th stage, they have an idea of the price. That's when they can price the house. Or at least the 8th stage, that's when they can price the house because they have an idea of what material has gone in. This is the idea. In February 2022, we witnessed a shortage in national inventory of 24.5%. And between January 2022 and February 2022, there was a decline in inventory of 11%. Despite rising interest rates by the Federal Reserve, we still find ourselves in a seller's market. In Texas, in Houston, we are still at about 1.4 months of inventory, which is a seller's market. It will take us about 5 to 6 months of inventory for us to have a normal market situation. And it will take us anyway from 8 to 12 months for us to be in a state of foreclosure. So when you keep asking, when are we having foreclosure? When are we having foreclosure? It's not coming anytime soon. Because foreclosure is a function of statistics and it's a function of inventory. This has been an update from C2C Mentors for your February 2022 market updates. See you next month for updates for the month of March. Thank you